list for the Boost Knuckle today. I'm actually working. I come home on my lunch break to grab the Boost Knuckle, get it loaded on the trailer real quick. We're headed over to Revline Motors in Kansas City this evening, and we're gonna do some dyno tuning. Or I won't necessarily say tuning, because as far as the street tuning and stuff goes on the car, between myself and my buddy Tanner Pap, he's been helping me out a lot with trying to sort the tuning and stuff out on the Holley here, because he's done some Holley tuning and all that. But the Holley Terminator X actually does really good, for the most part on its own. The base files need some work when you first put them together, but they're not, when it comes to the boost tables and stuff like that, the way the like map sensor scaling is on the ignition tables and fuel tables is really weird. So you got to rescale them, to give yourself some more resolution in the boost side of your fuel tables and your ignition tables and stuff like that. That's all the stuff I had no idea how to do, and with the help of Tanner, he kind of pointed me in the right direction. He's gone on the track with me a couple times and kind of shown me, my way around the Holley stuff, which the Holley stuff is super user friendly. Coming from the Honda world and doing like Hondata and stuff, Hondata is super user friendly. The Holley's not far off. In my opinion, the Holley's way more user friendly. I never really messed with my Hondata stuff a whole lot on my own. I could add a little fuel here and there, and whatnot, but just playing with the Holley system itself, I feel more comfortable, making my own changes, just knowing that the closed loop portion of the Holley system is so good. It works really well on its own. Obviously you have factors of, figuring, like if the wideband sensor goes bad, if your tune's pretty far off, and, you're just expecting the wideband to make the changes to the fuel tables, you're probably going to set yourself up for failure there. But if you can figure it out, and get your tune pretty spot on to where, the wideband and the closed loop, which, all that stuff doesn't have to do a lot of work, good, if something like that happens, if the wideband goes bad or whatever the case may be. But anyways, I'm headed back to work now, and once I get off work, we're going to stop and get some gas. I got E85 for the truck already, and then we'll head up to Revline and make some pulls. More or less, I just want to get some higher boost settings, the fuel table stuff sorted out for future, whenever hopefully next year we can do some racing with it. And obviously it's not a race car. It's never intended to be a race car. It's more of a weekend cruiser type thing, because I drive this thing more. I'll drive it on the street more than I'll race it for sure. So but obviously when it comes to dyno tuning and stuff like that, you kind of want to work your way probably about as far as you plan on, beating on the thing. So my plan is to probably try and get up around 14-15 pounds of boost. I don't really know what the truck's going to make there. It is a LSA bottom end 6.2 liter 376 cubic inch LS. I think the fuel system's good. We should have plenty of fuel there. It's got 1600 cc South Bay injectors, one single 4303 pump in it, big fuel lines, all that stuff. So as far as fueling goes, fueling should be fine. I'm really curious to see what kind of duty cycle the injectors are at, say around 14-15 pounds of boost. And then the converter's an FTI. We had the I can't remember what the Pro Torque. We had the Pro Torque that Brent from PFI Speed sent us in the truck originally. It was a little too loose for my liking. It probably would have been okay if it was just straight up race all the time. But since the truck is more of a street truck and all that, so the street mannerisms weren't really good. and I don't want to burn up the tranny, you know, street driving it. So a buddy of mine here in Kansas City, he had a spare one from his drag car, and it was an FTI, and he had went to a PTC, and I guess from what he had said, this FTI wasn't much different than the PTC one that he bought. So he just had it sitting on the shelf, and he had reached out to me. He told me he had a spare one, told me I was more than welcome to throw in the truck if it worked. You know, we'd figure out a deal and he'd sell it to me because it wasn't doing him no good sitting on the shelf. And big thanks to him, Caleb Kepner. He's got the Mullet Bullet 3rd Gen IROC, as I call it, 3rd Gen Camaro. It's a super badass car. It's got a boosted 5.3 in it. I believe, I could be wrong, but it might not be. I'm pretty certain it was still a stock bottom end 5.3. I could be 100% wrong. Nonetheless, it's fast as shit. But a really beautiful car. But anyways, so I'm gonna get back to work, get to the next clip, and we'll be on our way to the dyno and see if we can make some pulls on this thing, see what kind of power it makes. Alright, so we're just about to Revline. Getting stuck in some traffic, so it's kind of slowing me down. But we're almost there. We're probably 5 minutes out, and we'll get there, get this old rusty girl unloaded, get her strapped down to the dyno, and see if we can make a few dyno pulls and get out of his hair and not slow him down too much. But anyways, we'll see you guys in just a moment. Give her one more lick.
Yeah.
See what happens.
If it, yeah. Send it. You might see it flop around a little bit. Just make sure it's warm enough.
Alright guys, so we just finished up trucking it up. This is the first pull here. This is just pretty much off the tune that we had in it on 6 pounds. Truck made 556, 521 torque. Pretty much lays over at like 6250. You know, we probably could have threw a couple degrees of timing at it and flattened that out a little bit. But this is all just, you know, street tuning, and didn't want to get real carried away and spend a bunch of time on the dyno over here at Revline. So I just wanted to baseline it off what we had going. And then we finished off at 714, 610 on 11.5 pounds. Not too bad for a conservative tune. You know, for a stock bottom end 6.2 with the VS Racing S488 with the T4 exhaust housing. Super pleased with it. We tried to turn it up to like 15 pounds, kept blowing the spark out. I didn't have an extra set of plugs, and obviously it was so hot I didn't want to pull it apart and gap them and all that stuff, so I just said the hell with it. We left it 11.5 pounds, 715 horse. Can't beat that. I'm pumped about it. But anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this video. Thanks for watching. Keep following along. We'll see you guys later.